Hi, this is Scott.
And I'm Michele, and we are the owners of the Main Street Mouse.
This is the Main Street Mouse Weekly Podcast, show number 207 for November 3rd, 2025.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
'Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Dead men tell no tale.
I know not who you are, nor how I came to find you. But may I just say,
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, happy Monday.
We're back. It's another Monday.
I had to think about it for a second because with this whole daylight savings thing, I'm all thrown.
And since our last show, we've actually switched seasons. We've gone from Halloween season to Christmas season now.
Why, yes, we have.
Actually, Christmas, and there's one day of Thanksgiving, and then we hop back to Christmas.
True. So when people say that, try to say I skip or jump, to Christmas and don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
It's not true because the day of Thanksgiving, I enjoy the snacks, the football, the food. So I do celebrate Thanksgiving, but just one day. The rest is Christmas.
You don't decorate the house for it.
Oh, God, no. I mean, you don't see as many turkey items. I mean, in fairness, you don't really see a lot of, they do have turkey blow-ups for the lawn.
They do.
So, yeah.
But in all fairness, you don't decorate for 4th of July, Memorial Day, any of those holidays.
No.
One day holiday.
Memorial Day you don't decorate for because it's a day of memory.
Yeah,
but 4th of July,
I was just going through the days in my head of that.
Yeah, I know. 4th of July. I mean, I might put out something red, white, and blue or buy a shirt.
Easter, you put out little bunnies and eggs.
Well, because it's springtime and all that. Even though it's always warm here.
I always think of the line in Fred Claus, bunnies and eggs. Just there's no
bunnies and eggs. Yeah, something like that.
It doesn't all work together. So hope everybody had a good Halloween.
Yes.
A safe and uneventful, as far as anything going wrong, Halloween.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got lots of candy, or your kids got lots of candy, and then you took it from them. 'Cause that's what I'm all for. Let them do the work, because that's how my dad used to tell me. He's like, you go do the work, and then you owe me 20% of all your candy for taking care of everything all throughout the year.
Well, so I think we've spoken before, and I know I've talked about it on my podcast about how our neighborhood goes all out because we live so close to Disney, and there's a lot of people that there's a lot of Haunted Mansion stuff, whatever. There was that big Star Wars display.
The Star Wars displays were really cool. We had 3 neighbors in a row who did Star Wars, and one of them had a Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, and Chewbacca animatronics in their front yard.
Yeah, so we did Haunted Mansion again, and you put out the singing bus with projections on our front lawn. Now, that was a crowd pleaser, if you will.
It was. It was definitely an upgrade to what I had done last year with just the stretching room portraits as well as the hitchhiking ghost masks I have. So the hitchhiking ghost went off good. I had to wait for dark to be able to see them so I could get them lined up correctly. But once I was able to get them lined up, it was pretty easy to.
Yeah. My only regret is that you put up the stretching room portraits on the house, and they look really cool. But we didn't have enough light out front to once it got dark, you couldn't see them as well. But overall, I think our Haunted Mansion stuff went over pretty good with everybody who came by. And, it was chilly out, Florida chilly. It was probably upper 50s. And I don't know about you, but it reminded me of how Halloween should be. We're not supposed to be sweating our butts off. It's it was sweater weather.
Yeah, it was a lot cooler than it has been in past years. Some years Halloween down here is hot as the middle of summer.
Right. But we all in all, we had a really good Halloween night. We had friends over. We talked to people,
Met our neighbors.
met our neighbors across the street. They were very, very nice, by the way. So I made Jello shots because a lot of the neighbors do adult trick or treating, and so basically that's how I introduced myself to our new neighbors. I was like, "Hey, happy Halloween! Would you like an adult trick or treat?" And they go, "Actually, we would." And they came right over, and they had 2 shots apiece. Now, okay, sidebar. I haven't made Jello shots in probably, I don't know, more years than I would like to think. Okay. I kind of forgot how to do them, and I put too much alcohol in them.
Did you not read up before you did them?
I mean, I did, but I was in a big hurry to make sure that they formed together before, I only had a couple hours. So I was trying to hurry, and I put 2 cups of vodka in each batch. So like,
and that's why it takes longer, because vodka doesn't freeze. So it doesn't solidify the way water will.
Well, yeah, any alcohol, when you make Jello shots. Now, years ago, Paula used to make the Jello shots. I just used to eat them. But now I know that if somebody wants to completely disconnect from reality, then I'm the one who should make your Jello shots, because they were way too strong. And I didn't even end up eating them. We ended up like cleaning out the cups, and like they were just too strong. But yeah, that's how we met our neighbors over Jello shots.
What I was gonna say before you went down the Jello shot, was what am I gonna add to my Haunted Mansion display for next year? Because now that I have 363 days,
Hatbox Ghost.
I think it's gotta be a full size Hatbox.
Yeah,
Full size.
Full size, so we can scare people.
Yep, because I'm gonna scare the bejesus out of everybody who walks by. I am gonna have him jump. I'm gonna have him do all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna Raspberry Pi it to make it do all kinds of cool stuff.
I really think that here's the thing, like for somebody like myself who's doesn't like jump scares or whatever. So when you have like adult size looking, animatronics or like a figure, let's say.
Right.
When you walk by him on Halloween, you start to second guess, is that a real person or is it just pretend?
What I should do is put 2 out there, one of them being me in a costume, and one of them being the animatronic, and then I can scare kids as they walk by.
Well, it's not very nice, but yeah, I think it would be cool though. It would be cool, but yeah. So I put, if you guys want to see what our Halloween decorations looked like, I did put them up on Instagram and Facebook, so you can see Scott's little creation and why it was such a hit, because people loved it.
People were shocked. I mean, they really
like,
were.
How did you do that?
Because I didn't buy any. I printed them.
You made it all.
I got the video. I put it on a projector. I lined everything up perfectly so you could see it all. So yeah, it was a lot of work, but I was excited that it came out the way it did. I think they need to be bigger though also. So I have a year to make them larger, and then I have a year also work on the Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah, so this is year 2 of your Haunted Mansion stuff. So I'm excited to see what you come up with for next year because, yeah, it's fun.
You think the bride out in Disneyland is scary?
Yeah, okay.
So that was our Halloween. We hope you guys had a great one. Saturday, we didn't really do anything on Saturday. I think we did. But Sunday we did. Because Sunday, you had been told by Disney, or everybody had been told, Disney put out the announcement that Christmas was going to be taking over on November 2nd.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So we rushed over there. We got up early.
We never do parks at opening because I hate parks at opening.
Especially on a Sunday morning. So
no, thank you.
Got over, parked in the parking lot, ran over to the park, walked fastly to the park, got in the park, start to see a little bit of garland, start to see a little bit of stuff, and then that was it.
That was it. There was no tree, no wreaths, but all of that's there today. But we were at Animal Kingdom for an event this morning, which we'll talk about later. Right. But yeah, so I mean, it was okay. So it wasn't a total waste because I do like the wreaths on the light posts and the different things is really pretty. But it's like the same tree from last year and the same wreath from last year. The only thing that's new, which we have to go see, is for Halloween back in Storybook Circus, they made like the Dumbo pumpkin and whatever. So they have like some like Dumbo and whatever holiday decorations back there. And from what I understand, they decorated certain parts of Fantasyland.
Did they also decorate? Because I know Frontierland had a little bit of Halloween decor also on some of the poles. Do you know if they did?
I don't know. I didn't hear that part, but I figure we'll go over there and we can check out, see what we can find.
Just not first thing in the morning.
I am not going to be there at opening.
The rush is gone now.
You know, sidebar again. When we vacationed, like we would go to the parks early. When we first moved here, we would go to the parks early. And now that we've been here over 11 years, we prefer evening or afternoon. Some people like the rush of opening the parks in the morning. I don't.
Well, I think part of that goes that we don't go to bed early. We work later
That's
in
true.
the evening. Where a lot of people, they get up early, they get their work done, and for people who do what we do, getting there early, they get all the scoop and they get everything covered and all that stuff. Where you and I are like, we work later in the evenings.
We stay up so late,
We
probably
do.
later than we should.
Oh, I know we stay up later than we should, and that's just when we go to our bed. And then we end up watching TV or we read on our phones.
Watch
or
the Golden Girls, check
watch
the
Golden Girls,
news.
all that stuff. So it's usually way after midnight. Sometimes after.
I don't
1.
fall asleep till after 1 at least.
Yeah.
And but so here's the thing though, when we have to make sure that there's something we need to go see, we'll try to fall asleep by midnight. It's hard when you're used to staying up late.
And then your brain is sitting there going, "You're only gonna get 6 hours if you."
Yep, you're like,
Oh, you're only gonna get 5 hours and 30 minutes if you fall.
Yep,
asleep.
better roll over. Now you're at 5 hours. Now you're at 4.
Yeah, you just see it tick away, and then before you know it, you've got like 20 minutes before you got to wake up, or then you start waking up like 2 hours before. You're like, "Oh, I have 2 more hours to sleep." That's what happened to me today.
Did it?
Oh yeah, I woke up and I looked at the clock. Go, oh, wow, I've got almost 2 hours, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go back to sleep. Then hour and 45 minutes, and an hour and 30 minutes, and then before I knew it, I was down to 15 minutes. I'm like, I never fell back asleep. No wonder I'm tired and have a headache.
I didn't look at my side of the clock. I had about 3 minutes till 7:30, and I was like, I don't want to. And then because I was nice and cozy,
I almost sent you by yourself. I didn't want to get out of bed.
maybe I wanted to send you by yourself, but regardless, we both went. It's just one of those things that my whole point with all of this is getting to the parks early used to be, we only go early now if we're meeting somebody, we have an event, or we're going to cover stuff. Like if we weren't at Animal Kingdom today, I'd have gone back to Magic.
We have occasionally gone to the parks early if merch is dropping that we want.
Of course.
So, like, I remember years ago when they dropped the Funko Haunted Mansion Dune Buggy.
Oh my gosh.
And I was there in line with all the other people to get that pop because I had to have said pop.
Oh yeah. Do you remember, I want to say in 2018 or 19, they dropped it was the Madame Leota pops, and they were being sold in Memento Mori and in another store across the way.
Right.
And so there was 2 lines.
Yes. And I remember that somebody pulled us out of the one line and said, "Hey, you can get it over here." So we went and jumped in the other line and we were able to get it quicker.
Right. And I remember I got into Memento Mori just in case you couldn't get it.
Right.
But I didn't, a big merch drop like that, they haven't done anything that with frenzy. Let's use the word frenzy.
No, because I think people have started to realize that Disney is not going to sell out of stuff like that. And
They used to.
They used to, but did they really sell out, or did they only put out so much of the stock, which created a frenzy that people wanted it, and that created demand, and then they did sell out the next time they put it out again? Because I always go back to rose gold ears.
I know you do.
When those dropped, we're out of them. Where are you? Or did you have like 4?
They didn't get them back for like 4 or 5 months.
See, they want to create a huge frenzy.
That's a huge frenzy, though. That's months worth.
That's a long time to make more ears.
That's a long time.
There's people on Etsy who can make them a lot faster than that.
They can whip up your pair right now. But yeah, so I don't know. And I think another thing, because we've talked about before, is that Disney has caught wind of all this crazy. And you can find, like this year, there was more Christmas stuff online before it was in the parks.
Yep. Everything was, I think, online before.
Yeah, it was a lot quicker.
One thing I thought about today, and we'll get to Animal Kingdom in a minute, but we were at Animal Kingdom. We walked in to see the Christmas merch that they had in the one store at the front there. I'm surprised Disney, and now that I'm saying this, they probably will do this. They need to come out with one piece of merch for every season, like Christmas collection, Halloween collection, per park.
Oh,
So one piece that you can only get at Animal Kingdom, one piece that you can only get at the studios, one piece that you can only get at MK, or one at Epcot.
like a special spirit
Like a
jersey or a
special
special bag or
Yeah,
something.
something unique to that park that you can only get at that park. Because what that's going to do for Disney, not that they have this problem, but that's going to get the collectors to go to all 4 parks to get all 4 of those items, because now
That's
it's a
true.
collectible type thing that everybody's going to want.
That's
'Cause
true.
I remember when they did the year of the was it Mickey Mouse the first year? So they in January they had the ears and the backpack and the plush and the pin
Oh, yes,
and
yes,
the
yes,
magnet,
yes.
and they had like everything that was like a set, and they did that for the whole 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first month was easy to get. That was no problem. January,
Yeah, because once people caught wind of what was going on,
everybody bought every piece when they went to the store
yeah, they did.
because it dropped, and they would sell out of all that like lightning. But I think if they did that with the holiday, because I thought of that because you saw a shirt today at Animal Kingdom, you said I hadn't seen this one yet,
Right.
and I thought to myself, I go, I wonder if they've ever thought about doing a specific shirt that's only available at each park.
Well, they started doing T-shirts like just for like a Hollywood Studios line,
Mm-hmm.
which and they
Yes.
they do a good job with that. And I want to say that there's a Hollywood Studios Christmas shirt. There might be something at Epcot, so they are starting to, but not like a big ticket item that everybody's gonna want to have.
The only problem with that, if it's only available at that park, the shoppers are going to make out.
For sure. Yeah, but you know what? Like I really think that them putting all this stuff online was smart
It was.
because, speaking of the resellers,
Mhm.
so Disney, would try, bless their hearts, 2 per person, whatever, but if
right.
you bring 8 people with you. So, they did try to a point without offending people or whatever, but I think by putting all this stuff online, it kind of helps that whole situation. But I just wanted to look to see if there was anything new,
Yeah.
because every once in a while Disney will add stuff as they go.
Right, or you might not be able to find it. You might go to the studios and they may not have it, but you're in Animal Kingdom like, wait a minute, I've never seen this before, because the studios maybe never put it out, or maybe they
Or
didn't
it's
get
sold
it, or
out.
it's sold out right away. Because stuff does sell out. Certain things do sell out because we've already seen some empty areas. We saw ornaments today we hadn't seen before.
Right. And you know what? As a rule of thumb, from what I've seen, if you're looking for merchandise and you can't find it anywhere, go to Animal Kingdom, because Animal
Yes.
Kingdom is the least trafficked park right now,
It is.
and they have more merchandise than other. They don't sell out as quickly.
Correct. Yeah, I agree fully. Yeah, that's the place to go if you're looking for that one. If you're looking for a specific size, and it's sold out everywhere else. Try Animal Kingdom, because I know they used to have it on the app, and it was great. You used to, like, if there was a shirt you wanted, you could look up the shirt, and then it would tell you what stores it was,
Yes.
what parks in that size. I remember I bought a Haunted Mansion shirt many years ago. There was a T-shirt I wanted, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I went on the app and found it, and it was like in one store at the Magic Kingdom. I think it was back in the circus tent. That's where I ended up finding it, but it was because it was on the app. I found where it was, and that was a great helpful thing.
Now you just got to run around and find it.
Gotta run around. I'm too old for that.
So yeah, sorry, big old merchandise sidebar.
Big old merchandise sidebar. But today we did go to a media event at Animal Kingdom, and it was the Zootopia Better Zoogether
Better Zoogether.
media event. So for those unaware, the Tree of Life, being the icon of Animal Kingdom, had It's a Tough to Be a Bug for many from opening day,
Like forever.
until last year.
Hmm.
It was opening day. And they finally decided, okay, this attraction's kind of had its run, and it's time to put a new attraction, or
Okay.
a new version of that.
Right. So, being that I put out a review right before we started recording, and when I was doing the review, the closure date was March of this year. So,
It's been that long.
So when we went to the last day, I remember it was kind of chilly out
It
and
was a
kind of
little chilly.
gloomy.
Yeah.
So it was March. But now being November, they changed the show pretty quickly. But you can talk about like what you thought, and I can talk about what I thought.
Well, I want them to read your review, so I don't really want to talk about too much.
No,
I'd rather review, but I will just say it's a cute show. That's how I
it's
was.
cute. It's fine.
Cute. It's fine.
It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with the show.
Mm-mm.
If you don't even have to watch Zootopia to kind of know, it's kind of like it's kind of like the world is run by animals as opposed to run by humans. Kind of like the world of Cars is run by the cars and not by humans. So
Right, but
Zootopia is
it's
another version of
it's like a whole like it's like a animal world somewhere.
yeah.
So like they did everything pretty much looks the same. They put up new things to see where you're waiting to go into the show. When you go in the show though, so we sat down and I looked around, I'm looking at the ceiling and such, and I'm just like, this looks exactly the same. I don't know if they changed anything, but to me it looked the same. I don't know.
The seats still had like the wood grain look to them, like they were trees that were cut. So they kept that look, which I guess goes with the thing with the animals.
Still animals.
I kept waiting to see if the spiders were gonna come down from the ceiling.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the spiders, and then Hopper jumping on the stage the way he used to just appear.
Yeah, there's none of that. There's no spiders or jumping.
No,
there's no bugs.
But they do have an animatronic in this one.
Yes, they do, and he's pretty cool.
He's actually a really good animatronic. He looks good. He looks like he's sitting at a desk with computer screens and stuff like that. So they did that really well.
Yes.
Hopper was fantastic for the time. When he came out, he was a fantastic animatronic. And then you work with the 3D, 4D effects screen in the audience, and they still do that. So, like I was telling you earlier, it's a whole new movie. It's a whole new animatronic, but it's still the same type of show.
Basic layout, and it's a similar type of show. It's just a different story.
Different storyline. But like I said, it's a cute story. I think kids are gonna love it.
I do. So, again, read my review.
Yeah, read the review for the full details.
But I will talk about one thing, because I talked about it a little bit in the review, and I think it's worth discussing a little bit further. So, of course, so we had our media thing today, but then they've had cast member previews all weekend.
Right.
So a lot of people who do what we do, they ask a cast member to take them so they can see it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I could have done that. My friend Lorraine asked, but we were setting up for Halloween, and I just couldn't, make it work because it was, we were
busy.
We were spooking up the house a little bit.
A little bit.
But so when I went today, I didn't really. I kind of like. Okay, I did not watch anybody's videos or anything because I wanted to go in with a clean slate of what I wanted to think. Right. But because I do read social media, I saw ramblings, I guess you could say, of people that did see it that were like, it was cute, but, and I was trying to figure out today before I wrote my review, like, what's everybody all upset about?
Right.
What's the hullabaloo? What is going on?
Why are they feeling this way?
Why do you feel that way? So I went looking, and from what I gathered, the big thing. Okay, follow me. All right.
I'm following.
No, I learned this today. Is so the issue is when Animal Kingdom came out. It was very much about learning about animals. It was about going to see animals. It was more of I don't want to say learning, but there was a lot of cool stuff to see that was not like quote unquote like theme parkish.
I would say it was educational to a point.
It was, but not boring.
Right, not boring educational. It was the fun side, learning the fun side of how all this works.
Right, and the thing, what's funny is if we always talk about it that when the park opened, their commercials were all not a zoo.
Not the zoo.
Not the zoo was the little thing that everybody said, but it kind of was to a point because you could go see the animals and whatever, but they didn't have a bunch of IPs. A Bug's Life, yes, but here's the thing. This is the crux of it. Bug's Life, this is how they're justifying it, was bugs in their natural habitat. Like you saw like them carrying leaves or doing things that bugs do. All right.
Okay. And I know the glasses looked like they were her buggy looking glasses.
Yes. So you were kind of like supposed to be like bug size, I guess, and see how it kind of talked about what these bugs do, right? So the problem is they put it in something that is so far fetched, a whole universe where animals wear clothes and go to work and
and they talk fine.
And they talk and they drive cars and they
have a police station and a
they had concerts. They have all this stuff. So do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
I get what you're
difference
saying.
is it's too far fetched. At least a Bug's Life, you were still they were still in their bug environment.
And what I will say about that, if people are going to complain about that, then they better be on that same soapbox for Hollywood studios because it's not a studio anymore. It's not a movie set.
Absolutely.
Epcot is not what it was envisioned to be.
Absolutely
whatsoever.
not. So here we go.
Yeah. So don't get on your soapbox and complain about Animal Kingdom when Epcot's already done it in the studio. Magic Kingdom has stayed true to what.
For the most
from
part,
what
yeah.
I mean, they've added things that people complain about, but it's still Walt never said the vision of that was going to be no IP or none of our
Right.
properties. Epcot was not supposed to be IP, and there's a lot of IP.
And that was a learning park when it first
It
opened.
was, and that's why kids didn't like it as much.
Kids didn't like
and
it.
That's why I think they had to start doing it because how many people their kids didn't want to go to Epcot, so you had to give the kids a reason to want to go to Epcot. Some did, some do want to learn and they want to do that stuff, but kids on a whole, when I'm going to Disney. What do you mean I got to learn? It wasn't as fun. So I get why they went to IP. Hollywood Studios was a working studio at one
Years ago.
We know for a fact. We talked to Chase and Dale from the Mickey Mouse Club that they actually filmed on that set.
Yes, they did.
There was other movies and such that were shot.
The Golden Girls house was back there, the facade.
Yeah, so they actually did movies and they did commercials. They did things there because it was a working studio.
And you could take a tram for their backlot tour before they had a different one.
So I guess I'm just saying, if you didn't think Animal Kingdom was going to eventually go all IP, well, then Bob Chapek didn't do his job. Because that was what he wanted. He wanted IP everywhere.
Well, sure, but here's where I can understand. Because I love traditional Disney, and there's things that have changed that I wasn't happy about that are so far away from the original concept. I understand that.
Right.
Because Animal Kingdom used to be one of my favorite parks.
Right.
But if they're looking, say like you're a business person, you're in charge, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And kids today, a lot of them have not seen A Bug's Life.
Right.
It came out in 98.
It was the second movie after Toy Story, I believe, that Pixar released.
It could have been, but came out in 1998.
Yeah, so
now,
it's almost 30 years.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
27 years ago it came out.
Oh, my God. I feel so old. But like I understand that they want to put things like say like, at the time Bug's Life was a hot ticket item.
And it was.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
But again, that was 20 some years ago. So now they have to change with the times to where kids of this generation are going to recognize. But that's what happens when you go IP.
Right.
Because you have to keep up with various ones but it's really strange to me okay, A Bug's Life didn't have the longevity of other things like, say, Toy Story.
Yeah, because they could drop Toy Story anywhere
Kids
right now.
today know Toy Story.
And that's older. That was the first Pixar film. So
but they've done...
Yeah, they've done
4 of them or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so I understand. So all I'm saying is I can see both sides. Like I'm a Disney purist. I love all the parks as they were. Stuff I grew up with, but I'm not a child anymore.
Right.
And you got to go with what kids know. But so Zootopia is a newer franchise, but look at Monsters Inc. just had their anniversary. And they've been out for 25 years or something like that, or 24. I'm not 100% sure. But kids today still know Monsters Inc.
They do, and which is weird because the Monsters University was how many years ago? So it's been a long time since another new one has dropped.
Maybe that's why they could keep it more relevant because of Monsters University, and it did really well.
And I think creating, so like Toy Story is 27 years or something like that. It's been going 28 years. But
30.
They've released 30, but they've released 4 of them.
Right.
And they're working on the 5th one. So the character, and they had the Halloween special. And they've done little things.
They keep bringing it up, yes.
That people are still like, okay. Or Cars has done that. Cars has done a few. I mean, they had a direct-to-video one, I think, also. But they think they had 3 theatrical releases.
I'm not even sure.
And that's why I think you're going to see the Cars going into or it is why Cars is going into Magic Kingdom. And then the people are like, "Oh, you're taking out." Well, if you had gone over to the island wouldn't be going anywhere. But if you look at it from the business side, by putting cars in there, Disney puts cars in there. Guess what else they can put in there? Restaurants and merchandise booths.
Mm-hmm.
And now that area that's just a big island with water on it is going to make money for the company.
Of course. So things are always going to evolve. I think that sometimes um, we have to just accept it because, and I've said it a million times, Disney's going to do what Disney's going to do. And you can have like a petition, you can have people all upset, but Disney doesn't back down from those things because they're just going to do what they want. And now mind you guys, we went back to where Dino Land was today. And how like if you want to go to Dinosaur, which is still open, you got to go all the way around like where the big dinosaurs, the big cement dinosaur was. Go all the way around and back. You can't just turn to the right and go right there.
Yeah, you go off the bridge, and then instead of where you would normally have gone right to go back to Dinosaur or Restaurantosaurus, now you got to go left and you go all the way around that. It was like a little street almost that came up on the side of the dinosaur that was there, and then you went under the dinosaur to go into Chester and Hester. So that's about where you turn to go back to.
And then on the other side of the wall, there's a whole other construction thing that they got going on. So it is I will say it's very weird to walk towards Dino Land and see it all open, nothing there but a crane,
no trees,
and a pile of dirt.
Yeah,
it's almost startling. Like, oh my God! So like. That was startling to see all the construction walls and whatever, but it was also kind of like when we were walking, remember I said, I didn't realize they had this much land back here.
Because Disney is very good at hiding. I mean, if you walk around Epcot and if you walk around World Showcase, there's like 4 other pavilions that could be built in that area, but if you walk around there, you don't really see that.
No, and when you go to Chester and Hester's, like let's say where Primeval Whirl was, so the coaster was there, but it looked like trees behind it, and it looked like that was it. And it really is not. There's so much space.
Right.
So I'm really curious when they get Tropical America's done, which more IPs by the way. Yes. How far back it's going to go and how big it is, because it's very strange to be in new areas and think, okay, this is where this used to be, and then you start to forget that anything like that was even there.
You do forget because that's what's happening over at the studios right now. Where they're putting the Monstropolises. They actually went into the parking lot. That ride is going to the cast member parking lot, which was huge already. But now they've said, okay, we need this much more room for this coaster, so move that parking lot. So Disney has more space for these, because everybody goes, oh, these parks are getting maxed out on size.
No, they're not.
They're not, because Villains Land, they're building it over the water. They're building, there's the waterway there. They're building on the other side of that.
There's a lot more room than people realize, but it was very like a oh wow moment.
It is a wow. Because Chester
like it's gone.
Chester and Hester's did not look that big when you were walking through it. It was good size. I'm not saying it was small,
but not huge.
You didn't think, oh my gosh, they can't do much back here. Now you go over there and you're like, and you go look at that model that's at the studios. What that area's gonna look like, and you're like, wow, there is a ton of room back here. I mean, I know the model's probably not the scale, but still, it is a humongous area. And it's going to be just interesting. And I when I told you this when we saw it, I said, I wonder if it's so big because they have plans for more to go in that area eventually. Because Disney knows what they're doing 5, 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah, they have ideas, yeah.
They have a plan. And that's why they don't back down, because by the time the public is brought up to, this is what we're going to do, they've already been working on it for a few years.
Oh, yeah, they already have everything. I do want to mention one more thing before we move on, that we got to try 2 new menu items that are coming out on the 7th when the attraction opens.
Yes. And they're only available at the little pop-up next to...
it's called the Java something or other, next to Flame Tree. Yeah, Isle of Java.
Isle of Java, right next to Flame Tree Barbecue. As you're walking, where you would have been going towards Dino Land.
Yeah.
You still see the Dino Land sign.
The big open space that you're gonna walk towards.
It's called Crane Land.
Okay, Crane Land.
Crane Land.
And Dirt Land.
And Dirt Land.
If you'd rather. So they gave us these coupons to go and try this coffee and this macaroon.
However you say it.
I don't know. I like saying macaroon, so we're just going to go with that, even though I know it's not the same thing, but I make up my own rules. Okay. So It was like the macaroon was had supposed to look like a donut on top.
Yeah, kind of.
And it was pink and it had chocolate and raspberry on the inside.
Yes, it did.
And I took one bite and it was too sugary for me, but you ate more of it. What did you think?
It wasn't. It was one of those things because I took a bite of it and go, "Wow, that's really sweet." But then I took another bite just because you can never really tell after one bite.
You wanted to give it a good try.
Well, because if you eat something sweet, that first bite is going to be very sweet to you. If you've been eating something that wasn't sweet and then you go to that, it's going to be very sweet. So I took a couple bites of it, and I ended up throwing away over half of it because it was to the point where it was just too sweet to really enjoy it. Now I'm glad we didn't each get one. I'm glad we split one because I would have felt bad throwing away a whole one.
I'd have been taking it home and try to get Aiden to eat it.
But he wouldn't ate the raspberry.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He just likes chocolate.
Ava would have ate it, but she can't have it.
No, she can't have it. So and then there's also it's supposed to be like a Blue Bunny coffee something or other. Okay.
Yeah, Blue Bunny Brew, wasn't that what it was called?
I don't
Blue
know.
Bunny Brew, I think, is what it was.
So, okay, what it is, it's like a cold brew, and at bottom of it is like got a creamy, like condensed milk, and there's also blueberry flavoring.
Yes.
And then the top, they spray it with whipped cream, and they put like those little chocolate tiny
Blue, like little.
what did I call those? I said I called them something earlier. They look like little polka dots, but then you bite into them and they're crispy.
Yeah, Disney uses them in a lot of different.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
it's escaping me right now. And they put like a little carrot on the top.
Yes, they did.
But they said to swirl it quickly because the whipped cream was going to melt. And the cast member said the more you stir, the sweeter it gets. So the first sip I had, it was just coffee to me. And then I stirred it up again and it got sweeter. But when I stirred it properly, it was far too sweet. I wish I wouldn't have. So just keep that in mind if you try it. The more you stir, the sweeter it gets. So if you are like, I don't eat a lot of sugar, so I noticed it very much.
I had one drink of that. It was too much because I'm not a coffee fan.
No.
But then it was just too sweet. For a drink, it shouldn't. I mean, I'd rather drink Mountain Dew than to drink.
It was very, very sweet. So both of these treats are good. If you have a sweet tooth,
you're gonna love it.
If you don't eat a lot of sugar, it might not be your thing.
It could put you in a diabetic coma.
Oh my gosh.
You need Wilford Brimley talking about
your diabetes. But yeah, everybody we know who tried it kept saying it's really sweet. It's really sweet.
Then a lot of them said I would buy it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have a sweet tooth, go there. And it's November 7th. The attraction opens and Friday, and you can get extra sweets. Very sweet sweets.
Very sweet sweets.
Yes.
For your sweets. For the sweets. So anyway, so that's our adventures in Florida living for the last few days. This week on Wednesday, we are going over to King's, which is over on iDrive over by the Icon Park or whatever they call it. They change the name of it like every 6 months, but it's near that area. And this is like it's a bowling. It's mostly bowling, but they have all kinds of other entertainment things to do over there. And food. So we're going to be going over there on Wednesday to check it out from 6 to 9. We will be there. And so be watching our socials. This might be someplace you might want to go when you come to town.
Right, because, you don't necessarily always want to be in the theme parks. And I've been really trying to show people what else there are besides parks.
There is so much more to do in Florida.
Oh, my gosh. So much. Yeah.
It's crazy. And I mean, even outside of Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland, Busch Gardens, there's so much more on top of all that.
Food and different attractions and little fun things like day trip type of stuff to do.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what it's like because we love Splitsville. This just seems like a bigger Splitsville, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see because we're going to Splitsville later this week also.
Yeah, so I love Splitsville, so I'm not complaining. Let's throw it out there.
But we never bowl at Splitsville.
But the food is good.
Food is so good.
And they play good music.
That's true. So I'm going to run through the news. We didn't have a ton of news this past week, but I'm going to run through it really quick, and then we got a few things we're going to talk about. So Disney joined Formula One to add magic to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So they came out with a new merch line that goes between Disney and Formula One. And I always think Formula One when I think of Talladega Nights. He's from Formula.
Oh, stop. Okay.
That's how he said it. Say I Do in the Haunted Mansion parlor. So you can actually get married in the Haunted Mansion parlor on the ships now. I don't know if you can do it on. I think they just said the Destiny as of right now, but
No, it was a Treasure.
Was it the Treasure?
I thought so.
I thought it said it was going to be on the Destiny, but I could be wrong.
Maybe. Or I don't know.
It should be on both, you would think.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. We put out Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party menu, which had a plethora
Oh my
of
gosh.
food options. I think there
So
was
much food.
50 some photos of food, different food.
They're
items.
putting out a lot of food this year.
Yeah, a ton of food this year. We put out another one earlier today that I'll talk about in a minute. Pandora and Disney Princesses sparkle in the new Creator World documentary series coming. New Christmas merch at Walt Disney World. So you put out the update before, I think this was before everything dropped.
Yeah.
More.
Maybe. I don't know.
I can't remember. There's been so much. Who knows? Christmas Town is returning to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. So you might want to go check that out if you like the Christmas Town festivities they do out there. Taste the Magic Candy Cauldron at Disney Springs keeps the candy apple tradition alive. So this was just, it was like a little informational blog about how the different apples they make and how they do some of it. So it's kind of like a tutorial a little bit.
People love that stuff.
They love that stuff. I would love to be able to make the apples the way they do them, especially like the evil apple.
And taste test them.
And if you need a taste tester, Disney, I'm right.
Right.
If it's too sweet, then I
If it's too sweet, we're out.
So a blog you put out the other day that kind of really went nuts was the new Starbucks surprise silicone straw topper mystery boxes. Now, when I first saw this, I instantly thought back. I know they do it with pins with the blind boxes, but I instantly thought Vinylmations back in the day.
Y'all remember Vinylmations?
I used to love them, and I was obsessed with them.
He was obsessed.
We would, when we still lived in Michigan, we would drive to the Disney store that
in
was
Ohio.
and I got to know the people the cast members that worked there, and they would save me boxes, and they would save me.
It was a whole situation, you guys. A whole situation.
They're still in storage somewhere. But so these were similar to that. So I think there's 5 different.
6, I think.
6 different straw toppers. You buy the box. It's $14.99, but you can get your discount if you're a pass holder. So it came down to 12 something.
And you don't know what you're gonna get.
No idea what you're getting.
So I thought you saw it at the store. I thought it was cool. So I took pictures and I'm like, you know what? I could write this up. This blog went viral. I mean, our Facebook stats were almost 1 million views. I mean, our site hits. All I did was write about straw toppers.
And what's funny is we didn't even see it because it was over in like the kitchen area.
The kitchen area, and we're talking World of Disney right now.
It was not with the Christmas stuff. It was over there, and they had the Starbucks tumbler or the Starbucks.
They have like the plastic tumbler, and then they have the metal one that's super expensive.
$60.
Yeah, ridiculous. Well, all Starbucks stuff is expensive. But then we saw it again yesterday at Magic Kingdom, and they have cozies now.
Yes.
Now the cozies are $16.99, and whenever I buy a coffee, whether it's hot or cold, I put napkins around it because I don't like putting my hand right on a cup for whatever reason. Right. Now, this is something that you could keep with you, and you buy a coffee, whatever, you could just stick it on there. Now, I think that's kind of smart.
It is, and it's a mini print cozy, but I could see them doing other ones.
But it's got green on it, so it's a little bit Christmassy. Yeah. But anyway, back to the blind boxes. I ended up buying one yesterday at Magic Kingdom, and I haven't opened it yet because I was gonna do because the blog went nuts. Yeah. I was gonna do a little unboxing. I
think that's a good idea.
I just haven't had time yet. But I'm going to do an unboxing so we can all see what topper I got together. But who'd have thunk it? Man, that went nuts.
and it's, I think it's one of those things, too. It's like, well, I have to have one.
Well, sure. Because, okay, here's the thing. If you look at it, because you know what it's like to collect. Now, they have the 6 designs or whatever on the box. And I like the peppermint one, and I like the snowflake one.
Right. The peppermint one's the one I'm hoping you get.
I hope
that's
I
the
get
one
it.
I like.
I like it. I probably didn't get it.
See, that's the only thing. If all of them were something I didn't really care about, because that's the only one I really care about is the peppermint one that I liked, I wouldn't buy it. But because there's one I like,
you would want to keep going.
I wouldn't stop till I got that one. And before I knew it, I'd probably have all 6 or 5 or whatever it is.
You would. So I don't know what I have, but we're going to find out together once I do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow or Wednesday. But here's the problem. I'm afraid that when I open it, I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's so cute! I want another one." And with your AP discount, it's only $12.
Right.
So, I don't want to get caught up, but I'm so afraid I'm going to after I open it. We're gonna have to wait and see.
So it'd be interesting though, because you might do that. You might open it and say, "Oh, you might not get one of the ones you wanted."
I probably didn't get what I want.
So you go back and buy another one, and then you might get that same one again.
With me, I'll get them all the ones I don't want.
So the one thing I had found with Vinylmation years ago is I found the tricks to knowing what was.
Oh,
gonna
you were
be.
good with boxes.
I was very good because some people had started to put out the way the tray was laid out, and I would not buy a Vinylmation unless the box of the tray with all of them in it had just been opened, because there was a certain layout that Disney would put them in, or whoever the manufacturer would put them in the box. And if you learned that, you knew which ones were the chasers, which ones were the.
I don't think this is going to be on that scale.
This isn't, because they took.
It's going to be harder.
It's going to be a lot harder.
So I'm curious though. I wrote about this and like I said, it went crazy. If that many people were interested, will they do it again? And when we were at Magic yesterday, the shelf was empty. They were refilling them.
What didn't we see at Starbucks? Starbucks had their own. I think I saw it on social media. Starbucks has their own version they're selling in the Starbucks stores. So this isn't just a Disney thing. Starbucks themselves is doing it at their Starbucks stores all over.
I'm going to use the word frenzy again. This could cause a frenzy.
It could cause a frenzy because I'm sitting here because we always bring something to drink when we come in the room, and she's got her corksicle cup, so she's going to put her Starbucks
that I got from
topper.
Disney.
So she's going to put her Starbucks topper on her corksicle cup. I know it already. It's going to be on there tomorrow when you do the little video.
Well, here's the thing. I got this corksicle cup at Disney Springs from an event probably over a year ago. Yeah. And it's seen better days, but
it's worn out. You're losing some of the
decal on it. But I love this because it keeps my stuff cool all the time. And I know that Starbucks one would too, but the one they have now is all Christmassy. And I don't want to spend $60 on a mug that I'm going to use for 2 months. I got this one I have, you guys can't see it. It's floral and purple and blue and really pretty, but
Lily Pulitzer a little bit.
It does, and it's got the straw is pink. But you know what? We'll see what happens because I don't know. I think it's going to take off. I'm afraid to open it to see what happens because I might have a situation too.
They could sell those straw toppers for $60 and give you the free cup that goes with it. And people would buy them up because they would just go nuts with them all. Yes. So we will let you know. So be on the lookout for that video. It will be coming hopefully in the next day or two. Mm-hmm. Who's Making Spirits Bright 2025 Disneyland holiday character lineup revealed. So they revealed who's going to be in certain areas at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. And the most surprising one to me was Deadpool is going to be doing Christmas stories with the Deadpool Santa Claus hat on and stuff like that.
He did story time out there before, but now it's
great.
Yeah, so now it's going to be back.
Yeah, so it's going to be back. Then, because of Halloween, you had put out the Disney Urban Legends Facts or Imagination. Mm-hmm. That came out last week, and some interesting things in there. Mm-hmm. Festival of the Holidays Decor at Walt Disney World, or Festive Holiday Decor at Disney World. So you put out what we saw yesterday, which was just the garland and the little wreaths on the light post, like you had said.
The Mickey wreaths on the light post.
Today, Disney Eats Holidays at the Theme Park in Disney Springs Foodie Guide for 2025 came out. Again, a absolute plethora of food options between the parks and Disney Springs. It's actually unbelievable how much. And I think they dropped another one.
It's for resorts, and I haven't done it yet because it's a ton.
Yeah, so we'll be putting that one out as well. But these are all the different food items.
So much food this year.
There's a ton of.
So much food.
Seriously, it's almost like ears. There's almost as much food as there is ears.
You know, the thing is that it's almost like if you really, and we should do this because we never try new things and there's all kinds of new stuff and we never do it. We should go look at stuff and see if there's something that we would actually want to try that we don't want to miss out.
Well, that's kind of what we do at festivals at Epcot. We always go through the book.
But I never like anything at the festivals. But this stuff looked doable.
A lot of it looked really good.
A lot of sweets.
A lot of sweets. So we will have to do that and do a little review.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, do like a review. Get a couple desserts or something in the spring.
Or desserts, just what I need.
You need all the sugar you can get. And then, as you were talking about, your honest reviews, Zootopia Better Zoogether at Animal Kingdom came out, and that's out there now. So if you're listening to this, go to the blog. You can read that now and get Michelle's.
Share with your friends.
And she's got photos in there and more information. And we have the video of the full show. Just please keep in mind the show is a 3D, 4D show. So if you don't have the glasses on, some of the images don't look crystal clear. But I'll tell you what, with the glasses on and in that theater,
so clear,
crystal clear. It's like a plasma TV clear. I mean,
I should have added that part to my blog. I forgot.
I have it on the video. It's
okay, all right, good.
Yeah, I have a frame that pops up on the video and explains all that. So
okay, good.
So that's all the news for this week. We're going pretty fast because there wasn't as much news in the last week as there was previous weeks. So we're already to our discussion, which continues.
We might keep this around an hour this time. We'll see.
I don't know about that. We only got 11 minutes.
We ramble a bit.
But I got a question for you this week too.
Oh God. Okay.
So somebody sent in a question. Actually, I was supposed to ask it to you last week, but then we didn't do a question last week. We did urban legends and stuff, so we didn't do it.
Okay.
But anyway, discussion first.
Okay.
So the last couple weeks we've been doing the discussion of name 5 things you would change at, and we did Magic Kingdom, we've done Epcot. So this week we're going to my favorite park, Hollywood Studios. So we're going to name 5 things at Disney's Hollywood Studios that you would change or create or whatever you want to do. 5 things to make Disney's Hollywood Studio better. So we've been doing this where you name one, I name one, and we go back and forth.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
Mine's going to be controversial.
Oh, boy. You're going to rip out Galaxy's Edge?
Yes. Okay, no, I wouldn't rip it out. Because I remember going to the media events at Galaxy's Edge in 2019 and how exciting it was and seeing the Falcon for the first time. And, you know, Rise wasn't open yet.
Right.
But, and Oga's Cantina and all that. Now that it's been 6 years, I just feel like, okay, when we walk through it pretty quickly because we've seen it all.
Right.
They have kind of cool bathrooms.
It doesn't change that much.
No. I feel that they need more. I would add more to it because I like so think of it this way. The line for Rise of the Resistance is always long. You know, Smuggler's Run you can go on. It's usually less weight, but it's nauseating.
Right.
So it's like you there just isn't enough for me, and they need better food back there. That Ronto Roasters place is gross.
Okay, so I will tell you, of my 5, 2 of them have to do with Star Wars.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I thought you were going to shun me because I said...
No, 2 of mine have to do with making that area better.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So
your turn now.
Okay, so my first one was, I am not going to follow Star Wars canon as far as keeping the story going forward. I want to make it not just Galaxy's Edge where it's all the new characters. I would change it back to where it can be Stormtroopers, First Order, Vader, Kylo Ren, Luke.
Throw it all together.
Finn and Rey. Any of the characters can be walking around. So it's just one big area where all Star Wars comes together. And I know some of the Star Wars purists will be like, well, you can't mix these. You know what, though? The older people who've seen Star Wars since they were a kid, the first ones, Star Wars A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire, all those, we want the old characters. And that's what I think what happened with the Star Cruiser is it was focused so much on the new.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Yeah. That was a total bomb. But
Vader would have been the one taking over the Star Cruiser.
That'd have been cool.
I would have been on it.
You'd have gone.
I would have gone multiple times.
We'd have had to like get out like a finance or something like to figure it out. But no, I agree because now what was I just saying about Animal Kingdom and Bug's Life? Like you have the old that kids these days don't really know. But I don't think you can say the same for Star Wars because little kids know who Darth Vader is.
Oh yeah, without
Luke Skywalker, they know that.
Yep,
so I don't think you can go wrong with the original characters. Right. I mean, look at Princess Leia. Everybody knows Han Solo. It's not and to me, just as somebody who's not a huge Star Wars fan, I think the fandom really does lean towards those characters more so than a Kylo Ren and all that.
Well, if you think about Chewbacca, who is part of still the old and the new, but he gets, when he's walking around Galaxy's Edge or you see him somewhere working on the Falcon or working on the ship, everybody wants Chewbacca's picture.
For sure.
And it's because it's Chewbacca.
Because it's Chewbacca.
He has this history of 50 plus years, or almost 50 years now, of being on screen.
Good Lord.
And everybody loves that.
And he's still relevant.
They
still make merchandise.
He does. So the one thing when they added Boba Fett, a couple years, when they released the Book of Boba Disney Plus series, they put Boba Fett in the park. But it's not the Boba Fett I knew from Empire.
Right.
The Jedi. It was the Book of Boba Fett, that version of it. I would love to see the original Boba Fett walker.
OG Boba.
Yeah, I'd love to see it in the original costume that he had in the first.
Didn't they have him for a very short period of time out at Avengers Campus?
Galaxy's Edge out there, you mean, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I? Wrong place.
He could do a crossover. I'm fine.
I'm so sorry. I meant Disneyland.
Yes. Disneyland.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking we were talking about Deadpool before. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I think he was out there when we got Mandalorian here. I think that was kind of why they did it that way. And now I think Mandalorian's in both.
Okay, so how you said you put all the characters together, I think you'd almost have to, only because, like, so we have Chewbacca that everybody loves,
Right.
but people wait for the Mandalorian to come out because he's got the baby with him. Everybody wants to see the baby.
And something you triggered a memory or you triggered something in my head because like Disney says, and we've talked to people about this with Galaxy's Edge, that they want to stay with what's currently in the movies or like a year or two behind where the movies are at. That's what they want to keep that Galaxy's Edge going as.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you go into Avengers Campus, you will see characters from different. You will see Steve Rogers Captain America, and you will see Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
You will see the two different Black Panthers.
Yeah.
You will see different Thors. You see all this because
They mix and match.
they mix and match it because you got to give the fans what they want to see. And if I go into Galaxy's Edge and it's all these new characters besides Mando and Chewbacca, which I like both of them, I not being mean, but I really don't care about Rey and Poe and Finn.
Yeah.
I want to see the ones I grew up when I used to play with my Hasbro toys when I was a kid and I was having Darth Vader battle
Right.
Skywalker. That's what I want to see.
But it stands the test of time because I know for a fact, how old are our nephews? They're 4 and 7.
Yeah.
They know who Darth Vader is.
Darn right.
They know who Luke Skywalker is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things that's timeless. So unlike A Bug's Life, they could keep old Star Wars in the loop.
And the Star Wars movies are still some of the most watched films in history.
And everybody knows them.
Everybody knows them.
When I was a kid, I watched the
New Hope.
is that the one?
Yep.
All right. I get them all confused.
And that's how Star Wars Weekends used to focus on all those characters, and that's why so many people love Star Wars Weekends because it was all.
You love Star Wars
Loved
Weekends.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed we don't have it anymore, but
A lot of people are.
yeah. So that's mine. I would change. I would mix and match Star Wars, even if you want to keep them in separate areas. Just at least put Han and Luke and Leia over by the Falcon. Do something like that because the Falcon has been in everything.
And then the other part where like Rise of the Resistance, you could put characters over there because there's all kinds of space where when you walk in. Yes, there's Rise there to the left, but there's all kinds of like almost like empty places that they could utilize. And even like when they debuted that area. Do you remember the quote unquote marketplace was happening? They had all kinds of, they had cast members showing different little creatures and they had all kinds of like cool new merchandise. But now when you walk in, honestly, no offense, it is the same merchandise that it's been. And I'm just like, okay, they need something else back here. They need to, because that marketplace, I know when I did the media event out in Disneyland, I love that area. It was so cool. And I remember I did a video of this little creature and it went viral because, you remember that?
Yep.
And it was so cool. But now I feel as though they just kind of was like, they'll just leave it as is.
They phoned it in since then.
Yes. And all I'm saying is it was very exciting at a time. And it's so quiet back there now.
It really is. You don't really see a lot of people walking through the merch area in the masses. There's people shopping. I'm not saying there's nobody shopping.
But it's not.
If you've been through there, you kind of go.
We usually just walk through to get to the next spot that we're going to.
We're using it to
in the loop. Yeah, we use it to cut through.
Seriously, and hopefully see Mando while we're cutting through.
Yes.
Because you want to see the baby.
Because the baby.
Okay, number 2 is you.
Number 2 is me. Okay. Okay, so I have a complaint, but I don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
All right.
Let's talk.
Okay. Toy Story Land.
Okay.
Now, backstory for those that don't know, I was actually I saw Toy Story Land get built.
Right.
Okay. They had hard hat tours back there that I got to go on. I couldn't take pictures.
You had to go buy shoes to be able to go on.
I had to go buy the steel toe shoes to go back there. So I literally watched it get built.
Right.
Okay. And I was there before open and I was so excited. Right. But after the media stuff, all right, and all of that, I still loved it. But now, let's talk about now. It's so crowded back there. Like it's hard to walk on busy days.
So hot.
There's not enough shade.
Yeah.
There needs to be shade back there. And I think if because all right, Slinky Dog, I love it. The line is stupid long, always.
Always.
So I feel like if they put another attraction of sorts back in Toy Story Land somewhere, and I don't know, like expand, like make it wider somehow. But maybe if you put a new area, it would free up some of the traffic.
And I think there might be some space on the other side of Alien Swirling Saucer
I think so too.
because there's all that rock there for Galaxy's Edge. But I think
But what's behind the big Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah,
like
what's
what's
behind-
back there?
what could you do to go that way? Because and over by where Woody is, where that and kind of behind Roundup Barbecue. We've been backstage over there.
Yes, we
There
have.
was offices. There was a parking garage. There was all
There's
this
stuff back
over
there. Yeah.
But move it.
Move
Move
it
get rid of
elsewhere.
it, tear it out, but expand the area because you have 2 restaurants back there. You have a quick service and a sit down.
Right.
You have 3 attractions,
hmm
and you have a bunch of kiosks selling merch. But
And
the
it's
pathway is
so
small,
crowded.
it's so tight, and it's a great area, and it's got Christmas lights up year round,
Which I love.
which is awesome because Andy's only had Christmas lights to decorate in the backyard there.
You know what? And I'm all about it.
Yeah, but no, I think there's things they could do. I just think somebody needs to sit down and take a look at it and go, you know what, we do need something because the flow back here is so on a busy day. People are coming out of Galaxy's Edge. People are going towards Galaxy's Edge.
There's no it's just a hodgepodge. There's just people everywhere. And in the summertime, like we barely go back there in the summer. It's unbearable because it is so miserably hot. There's not enough shade. Now, mind you, over by Woody's Lunchbox, they put some more seating and umbrellas, which is fine.
Right.
But if you're not eating and you're just walking, or sometimes the heat in Florida is brutal in the summertime. And let's say you start to not feel well, which happens a lot.
Happens a whole lot.
You need a bottle of water or whatever. There's no place really to take cover in Toy Story Land.
No, you have to leave and go to another area of the park.
Hopefully you make it
I
out.
know you don't feel good, but we need you to go down this way.
But we
make a
need you to
left.
walk. Yeah, you gotta go back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I agree with that one.
All
That's
right.
a good one. So I will give my other Galaxy's Edge one now.
I'm curious.
And it goes along with kind of what you were talking about, that we need something else back there.
Oh yes.
So in my thought and all my Star Wars knowledge, I was thinking, what could we put back there that Star Wars fans might like? And so this idea sprung up from Monsters Incorporated with whenever we saw those doors going through the factory
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted to ride those doors.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wanted to- just like Sully and Boo are on that
Yes.
riding through. Everybody wanted to do it. Return of the Jedi. On Endor, which is where the Ewoks were, because I'll explain it out for you.
Ewoks.
They had the speeder bikes.
Yes.
Why could you not do a speeder bike race or something with the speeder bikes, some type of coaster like that? Because Universal's proven that you can put a motorcycle type thing on a cart.
Yes, you can because of Hagrid's.
Because of Hagrid's.
And Hagrid's is an awesome
It's an
ride.
awesome ride. So why couldn't you do that with the speeder bikes that they used in Return of the Jedi?
I love this idea.
And I think it would be a fun ride.
I would do it.
Yeah. I just think it would be something fun, but it would be something that the old Star Wars fans knew. Because when I
And
saw
it would be
that,
fun for kids.
it'd be fun for kids. But I remember as a kid watching that scene, and you're going through the trees. And I remember watching how they made that in the woods in California, redwood trees, and they were taking the camera through slowly, and that's how they filmed it to make it look like the speeder bikes were going through there.
Do you remember they did have a speeder bike you could take a picture on?
Right. Yeah.
And
they
that's
did.
gone.
And it used to be across from Star Tours, right there.
Yes.
But they took that out of there when they put the bathrooms right there.
Yes. And also, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So they have Star Tours over there, but they used to have the Jedi Academy there. That's not
Yes.
there anymore. So there's just things that it seems like they just kind of went, meh, and just let it go.
And that's why I didn't understand why they put Monstropolis where they're doing it, because the natural thing would have been expand Galaxy's Edge in the Muppets area, because then it would meet up with
It would
Star
all
Tours,
touch each other.
and put Monstropolis over by Pixar area, because then it's all the Pixar stuff is in one area.
Right.
So I never understood the logic. I mean, I know they probably do have a reason as to why they're doing it. And one day they may close Star Tours and move it over there. Maybe that's why the Jedi Academy never came back, because it's going to eventually get moved into Galaxy. I have no idea. But it's sad when you walk past and you see the Jedi Academy stage just sitting there and nothing.
It used to be such a thing, and you would see the kids parading
were
through.
so
They would
excited.
get them ready, and I don't know. But like on the other side of the park, just for reference, the launch bay. So they had the launch bay over there. So they had Star Wars in 3 different spots. And we discussed, I think last week or the week before, that we thought the launch bay was super cool.
It was awesome.
There's a lot of new things coming to the studios, but back in its heyday, like when we first moved here, there was a lot of cool stuff happening, and the park seems very quiet to me.
It does.
It's just quiet.
And that's why this is one it was easy for me to think of stuff I would do that park, being that's my favorite park.
Right.
Things. So that would be my other one. I called it Indoor Racers instead of.
Listen to you.
I know. Imagineering, if you need some help, give me a call. We'll talk. Let's talk. Let's have lunch. You take me to the Brown Derby, we'll talk.
Okay.
I'll have a Cobb salad.
I'll have the Cobb salad.
Number 3 for you.
I would put another sit-down restaurant in there somewhere. They have a lot of walk-ups, but now that Mama Melrose is closed, and I'm sure there's going to be restaurants back. Harryhausen's. So let's say, but sometimes we have talked a lot ad nauseum, if you will, about how crappy the walk-ups have gotten and how it's just better to just bite the bullet. Use your discount if you can.
More, but the food is so much better.
Go to a sit down. And we don't even eat in the parks that often. And especially there.
If we do go there, it's usually the commissary because the fries.
The fries are delish. I can get a kids meal and you can get refills on your Coke.
Yeah, so it's the best fries on property in my opinion.
Best fries. Yes. So and nobody really talks about Sci-Fi Diner anymore. There's got to be something, and even the restaurant back in Toy Story Land, which we think is fantastic. Like when you hear somebody talk about dining reservations and sit down, you don't hear as much about the studios. It's resorts, it's Magic Kingdom or Epcot.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of sad because the Toy Story restaurant is good, the Backyard Barbecue,
but the Vine,
Hollywood and Vine.
Hollywood and Vine. I've never been impressed with the food there. It's
it's expensive.
It's expensive because it's characters, but I would put the food level below the walk-ups.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good there. We've never, honestly, I can't believe I'm going to admit that we've never eaten at prime time.
I'm kind of afraid to because I don't want people to harass me while I eat.
And sci-fi is good. However, if you go with a group of people, you can't sit and talk to each other.
You can't because you're sitting in a car setup.
Yeah. Hey, the front row, how you guys doing up there?
Yeah, or everybody would have to turn around.
Right. I know they have a couple tables for a group to sit across from each other.
Yeah, they do.
But it's not that many of them.
No, but the other place that you mentioned where, it's the old-fashioned food and whatever, I hear they have a really good chicken dinner there.
I've heard that too. And meatloaf.
Yeah, so we just haven't done it.
And we've done the Brown Derby, which it's okay. We both get the concept.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fancy schmancy that we don't eat.
Right.
But it would be nice to have more options there.
I agree. Fully agree.
Sit-down restaurant, that's mine.
Okay. I'm trying to decide which one I want to go with first. So you mentioned about the Toy Story area and needing more. Well, I'm about to kibosh that whole thing.
Oh, no.
So the Toy Story area does have Pixar Place, which is the old area.
Oh, yes.
Edna Mode is and
that used to be the opening of Toy Story Mania years ago.
But here's my proposal.
Oh, boy.
Take that area, make it look like a street of New York, and turn it into a Marvel meet and greet for the characters you can have of Marvel.
Okay, that's cool.
Doctor Strange, the Guardians could be down there. Because Doctor Strange used to do a meet and greet at the studios down that way. At the very end, they had set up a place, and it wasn't there that long. And then there was the time when Baby Groot and Star-Lord were meeting where Michele is now.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you take some of the characters, and you know what? Disney, you could use this as an advertising thing because you could put Daredevil there, which is one of your big Disney Plus series. Put him back there to meet people. If you make it look like New York, which is where a lot of the characters from Marvel are, You'd have kind of a Streets of America type thing going again.
Which people miss.
Which people miss. It would give you a thing to decorate it in the holidays, which people miss, the Osborne lights. So you could bring some of that back maybe during the holiday time if you change it into a New York set. Because right now, it's a street you walk down, you turn around, walk back. It's like walking back to the tower or rock and roller coaster, and you got to turn around and walk back through everything else. But if you took that area and you turned it into a Marvel area where you could meet.
That way you have another franchise represented at the studios.
Franchise represented. And then you can also give the people even a small glimmer of Osborne lights. Because it's a New York facade, I think that would be fantastic.
You know, I'm all Christmassy and you have to mention that.
Sorry. But the Toy Story entrance, I don't look at that part as Toy Story. The Pixar Place area. I look at Toy Story.
No.
Once you get to the big talking Sheriff Woody.
Yeah, and see the coaster.
That's when it starts.
That row is basically
it's a walkway.
It's a fill-in.
Yeah.
And they don't need to do that. So I'm going to agree with you there. I think that's a great idea.
Okay, good. Glad.
I'm glad you approve.
I'm glad you approve. Okay, number 4.
You were okay, I got it. They need more nighttime activity again.
I have that on there too.
Okay, so the old Star Wars show was amazing with the pyrotechnics and the big Vader that walks up. You hear breathing and he shows up and
he's 80 foot tall and he's not that tall, but he looked because you saw him walking.
Yes,
he got bigger and bigger.
And they did the same thing with Kylo Ren with his and. You could feel the heat off those pyrotechnics.
And the lightsaber at the end that shot out the top.
Yes. That was amazing, that Star Wars show. And I'm going to throw in, just another throw in that I think is absolute crap. All right?
Okay.
So they took away Osborne lights, which people are, it's been 10 years. People are still
angry about it.
You're still upset about it because it was so beautiful. So if they can't find a spot to do Osborne lights or even a mini version, how about this? How about you play Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam all the time, not just at Jollywood? Because guess what? Before Jollywood, it was a thing.
It was a nightly thing.
It was a nightly thing at Christmas time. There was the Sunset Seasons Greetings, and which was nice in the snow and laser snow. But then before you go home, you could get some more Christmas magic. And now they have that movie one that's tired. It's worn out. But I think it's okay. I'm sorry, Disney. I think it's crappy that they took a free show and now it's a premium.
Right. And it's the same show.
It's the same show.
That was free.
And it's the same show that was free.
Yeah, it's not even like it's a whole different version of that show or a different storyline. It's the same storyline. Lock, Shock, and Barrel are kidnapping Sandy Claus, and the guys from Prep and Landing have to go rescue Santa.
Yeah, and I don't care about Prep and Landing, but
I put on here though. My 4th one was bring back the Star Wars night.
Okay, good.
Because I think Studios has Fantasmic, and a lot of people love Fantasmic, and I know we've seen it, and I like the Disneyland Fantasmic better than the Disney World Fantasmic.
Same.
But we need another nighttime show, and like you said, just the movie magic montage thing, which used to actually be good when they had the pirates and they had different. It was all about the live action movies.
It feels a bit lame now.
Now it doesn't seem as good. And Walt was on the facade at that time.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they need some kind of nighttime show. And you know what? If that's the Star Wars park, that's where Galaxy's Edge is. That's where you had the launch bay. That's where you have Star Tours. Why do you not have the Star Wars nighttime show going off?
And it was so popular.
So popular, and we had seen it in so many different.
We used to go right up in front of the Chinese theater.
Best way to see
it. It was like larger than life, and sometimes I felt like those pyrotechnics like burned my eyelashes because it was so close. It was so close, but that was a great show.
It was. You would see because you would hear the fighting, like the Falcon is flying around,
yes,
and TIE fighters, and you would see the laser shooting and how they would shoot across the buildings and stuff. And it was fantastic the way. And they built they built the tower are in like the courtyard there that they would shoot everything from.
You should see the look on his face. He's lit up like a Christmas tree right now.
Was so good, and then it
was
stopped.
You know, like I said, I'm going to say it again. After COVID, Disney did not put things like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think that's part of the problem.
I think they broke stuff.
I think they broke stuff.
Yeah. So I agree with you on the nighttime show. So that's my number 4 also. So go to number 5.
Okay, number 5.
And I don't think we're going to tie on this one.
Probably not.
No.
Okay, I would like them to get back to how people say about Animal Kingdom. Give us a little bit of what MGM Studios was. Give us a backlot tour again. Like movie props. And why are you looking at me like that? Did you choose a backlot tour?
We're kind of close. It's not the exact same thing. So I will give you mine. Mine is a little bit different, and I think mine's a different spin on it all. So I'll let you finish with yours.
Okay. So, like, it's not the same. But if you go out to Universal Studios in Hollywood, they have, like, you see sets from real movies.
It's an hour-long backlot tour.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
So if you could combine the backlot tour that closed, 10 years ago or whatever, with the old MGM one, where they had the Golden Girl houses, where they had a working studio, where they had all these things. Do you remember at the backlot tour they had props from Pirates of the Caribbean? They had Davy Jones' organ. Do you remember the piano or whatever it was?
They had cannons.
Yes.
They had all kinds of props from Pirates, actually.
They did. But, the archives has probably more than they can even know what to do with. I really think that to get back to the whole movie studio feel, some sort of backlot tour, because I personally love seeing movie sets. I love seeing props from movies. Especially if it's stuff that you know and you love, and it's cool to see how different it looks in person as opposed to how it looks on the screen.
Oh yeah, and I even liked the AFI museum at the end of the tour where that's where I think Davy Jones's organ was.
Yes,
they had other props from other movies that were in there, and it was because you could get that close to them.
Yes,
and take better pictures and memories, and then you walk through the store that kind of went with the whole. So, yeah, I would love some type of backstage tour.
Yeah,
I think it's needed. Don't call yourself a movie studio if you don't have movie stuff.
I mean, they have IPs, but we're talking like I wanted them to get back to like the stuff that worked. The stuff that worked.
So you ready for my number 5?
Sure.
Okay. So playing on what you were just talking about and how they used to have the backstage tour or
backlot tour.
Backlot tour.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, before you got on the tram, you went through the movie making part where they had the water and the submarine, and they'd get people out of the audience and they like throw water.
Oh yeah.
Film it all, and it was like how they created movie effects.
Right.
It was, and then you also had the lights, motorcade action.
The stunt show back there.
And you got to see how they did the stunts.
Right.
Follow me here for a minute.
Oh boy.
With all that. So right now, Muppets have lost their courtyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thrown over a rock and roller coaster.
They're being relocated.
Here, we don't want to.
We're relocating you.
And this is where some people may not agree with me right now, but just follow me.
Oh boy. All right.
There's a showroom where they currently do the villain show.
All right.
What if they took that villain showroom and they showed you how they made the Muppets?
What?
Imagine how Muppets were always made on a platform above the actors. The puppet masters were understage, and you'd see how they interacted and how they used video screens. Because if you go on YouTube and you Google Jim Henson and how they made Muppet episodes, it is fascinating to watch how they used all these in a day when they didn't have the technology we have today. And they had cameras everywhere and video screens everywhere underneath the stage, and they would just be looking at the screens to make each talk to each other. What if they did a behind the scenes of how the Muppets work to show people how they actually created the Muppet series, the Muppet shows?
No.
Oh, you're crazy.
Okay, so I was at a media event at the end of the summer.
Right.
All right. And they had Kermit and Miss Piggy come out.
That was at Destination D23.
No, it was a different one. It was the one that was incorporated with like I saw a Beacon Barrel, and then there was something else. I can't remember what it was, but it was right before Destination D23.
I remember you talking about it now.
And so they're like, welcome, Kermit and the Muppets and blah, blah, blah. So they come out, and there's dudes like on little skateboards. They weren't like behind like like a desk or something. It killed it because you see them talking and moving the puppet.
But see, I think some people who like behind the scenes magic and see how stuff comes together might like to see that though.
Well, don't roll on a skateboard with a puppet on your hand, and you're talking, and you're like, and the voice of Kermit was so wrong.
Oh yeah, well, it's been wrong for a while. But do you remember when we were at D23 last time?
All
And they
right.
had the car area, the different cars and stuff.
Okay, yes, and they had the van.
They had the van that Muppets Mayhem was in. And I was so fascinated because you got to look inside the van and it had nothing on the
It
bottom.
had no floorboards because
Floorboards, no seats.
No.
That's where the puppet masters all had to be to film.
Yes. Now that's cool.
And to me, it was really cool to see how they filmed those scenes because nowadays everything can be CGI'd.
Sure. The only thing you want to know my problem is with your idea.
Okay.
I don't feel it has longevity. I think it's something they could do temporary, but I don't think that it could be like a permanent show. On the other hand, but I'm going to give a really unpopular opinion, and please don't send me hate mail.
Oh, you're going to get it because I know what you're going to say.
No, they just redid it. The Little Mermaid show. It can go. Like, I'm surprised they redid it because it wasn't popular when the first time. And then now you never see a line for it.
Never. You can walk into that.
The villain show is better than that.
Villain show does pack it in. See, I think eventually the villain show is going to move to Magic Kingdom when the villain's land opens.
It could, because they never said if villains was staying or not. And it's a really cool show.
It's a great show. The
effects.
The effects make that show fantastic.
Yes,
and
but
I think they should use other villains every now and then in that show.
Oh, me too. It shouldn't be just the three, because there's so many of them. But no, I understand what you're saying. But let's talk about it for a second, as far as old versus new.
Okay.
All right. So our generation grew up with the Muppet Show.
Every Sunday night was the Muppet Show night.
I don't remember a ton, but I remember watching it. I remember John Denver being on it a bit.
He was on it a lot.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, John Denver. Oh my God. So yeah.
But we had the Muppet movies.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
The Muppet Babies came on Saturday mornings.
Okay, so this is my point. The youngsters today, most of them are not Muppet fans because they don't know it. And that's all I'm saying. They could do like a temporary thing, like they keep reusing that theater back there.
Yeah.
And you could do your Muppet thing with, people on skateboards with puppets on their hands, fine. But I don't think it could be a permanent show.
Okay.
Is that fair?
It's fair. I think you could change up the show. Maybe you don't do the Muppets or you know what? Another one. But you could do the Muppets and it'd be great to show it. You could do something with Fraggle Rock. Do something with these old properties that Disney owns because they have them all from Henson. And Jim Henson's vision for what he wanted the Muppet Courtyard to be never came to be because he passed away.
You know what they could do at Christmas time? They could do a stage projection of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Oh my God! If they took the villain's theater at Christmas time,
and made it Emmett Otter's with the puppets,
you would have people that would wait all day to see a.
So John and I, we always tag each other when we see Emmett Otter stuff because he was the first person I, talked to. He said, so the songs in it. I know the song still.
Right.
And one day we were together or something and he hummed it or something and I'm like, oh, and he goes, you know Emmett Otter's? I do.
And that's, again, I think
but that was around Fraggle Rock time too.
Yes, but that is something, again, our generation knows.
Yeah.
Younger generations do not, but they should.
They should. So I ended up looking into it one day. I'm gonna write about it, I think. And so around the time of Fraggle Rock was like late 80s.
Yeah.
And at the time they were showing Fraggle Rock, at Christmas time they show Emmett Otter's on HBO.
Yes.
So to me it was new. But
right.
when I actually looked one time, now don't quote me, but I want to say it was done in the late 70s.
I believe it is also because I've looked it up before.
But it got popular again in the late 80s.
Right.
Because when everybody was watching HBO back then.
Oh yeah.
The Nutcracker on Ice was a big thing back then too.
It was. I'm trying to find when it came. 1977.
Okay, so I was right.
The same year Star Wars was released. Just to give you an idea of
Oh
how
my
old Otter is.
gosh.
The first Star Wars came out in
But
1977.
like, well, my brother and I used to watch it. It was not 1977. It was
Whoa.
late 80s. And I loved it so much. And it's got so much heart to it.
Yeah,
Because
it's a good story.
it's a good story, and how the mom is trying to do whatever she can to give Emmett a Christmas,
Right.
and then Emmett is trying to do something nice for his mama. And if I watched it now, I'm getting my nose is burning right now. I bawl my
You bawl your eyes out.
bawl my eyes out because the songs are so sentimental, and the fact that it's that old and it can still make me want to cry right here is something I wish that a newer generation could sit and see.
What Jim Henson created was absolutely phenomenal to this day still.
Mm-hmm.
And even Muppets 3D, granted the attendance went way down over the years.
Well, sure.
But it still had a good crowd that would go through there. And the fans still came through there. Oh, a net full of Jello.
Right,
Oh,
right,
you
right,
got all
right.
the little jokes.
The only thing is like in the summer, it became the air conditioned spot.
It became what Ellen's Universe of Energy was.
Oh, good God. Oh, my God. Yeah. But they didn't change it up at all. It was the same for years. And I think that is what kind of did it in.
If they would have updated the whole film, because
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. It was that tiring. It was kind of like a Bug's Life film. You showed the same story for 20 plus years, and people got tired of it. And if you've seen it 50 times, I may not go watch it for a 51st time.
Yeah.
What else to go do?
I mean, yeah, it was getting tired. And the Muppets Courtyard needed either major updates or it needed to go.
Right.
So, and as much as when I was back there, I felt like we were at old Hollywood studios.
That part was always what it was.
You would forget for a minute. You would forget all the IPs and all the changes and everything. You would just kind of feel old school.
Even though Muppets was IP, it was still...
It was old, but it was old feeling.
It was.
It wasn't all this new stuff. Yeah. And, yeah, but oh my God, an Emmett Otter show at Christmas time.
Disney would just release Emmett Otter merchandise.
Oh my God.
I mean, here we are in the holiday season already. Merchandise is hitting Christmas. If all they had to do is a Hollywood studio shirt with Emmett Otter on it,
I'd
and
buy
one
it.
Of the sayings, it would sell out.
I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and I know people that would.
Or a Loungefly. I mean, any of those
They
things
never, but you know what? They didn't. I want to say years ago, one of the companies, I don't know if it was Hot Topic or whatever, did something with Fraggle Rock, but it's not that much. But at Christmas time, I think that it's such a beloved thing. And for those of you listening, if you have not watched Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, find it.
Oh my God, even if they just had a plush of Emmett Otter.
Oh, it was so cute.
And his mama.
And his mama. Oh my God, because the father passed away. Again, always a dead parent. And, and they were struggling and they were poor. And, oh my gosh, I'm going to cry right now. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen it,
go on YouTube. It's there.
It's there. Go find it and get some tissues.
It's not that long. It's really not a long film.
They used to,
52 minutes, so it's not bad.
Is it that long?
It says it here. Full movies, 52 minutes, 55 seconds on YouTube. I'm looking at it right now. That you could get it on there, and so it goes quick though. It's not like something that drags. It's, oh God, this is so boring. I wish it would just be over. No, this is actually a really good. It has heart.
Yes, it does.
And a lot of younger generation sadly might not get the heart part of it.
I wonder though, because a lot of families struggle right now, and maybe could appreciate the whole concept of it. There was a lady that lived down the river that was the rich lady in town. And then there was the mean band that was driving around and taunting Emmett and his friends. Because the whole premise is he took his mama's wash tub and put a hole in it because they were trying to win money at this Christmas band competition.
Right.
And the mean guys actually won, which always made me sad.
Right.
But the whole premise of it was whether she has her wash tub or not, whether they have each other.
Right.
So yeah, oh my gosh, go watch it because I'm going to cry right now.
And if you've seen it, comment on this.
Tell us,
Yeah,
please. Let us know if Emmett Otter is like in your heart too, and his mama.
They could do a stage show of Emmett Otter every year. They could act it out on stage somewhere and hide the puppet masters and do the whole puppet thing on the stage because Disney technology, they could do it.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine going to see the studios and seeing a live version of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
No.
But it could be. They could play the soundtrack and just have the people move the puppets.
I cry.
And it would be.
Okay, we got really excited about Emmett Otter. Sorry about that.
But those are our 5 each of things we would change at Disney Hollywood Studio. I think they're all good.
I think this was a good discussion this time.
It was much better because the other ones we were just like, it was just.
We have some thought behind this one.
This one because, again, that's my favorite park, and I hate to see what it's become right now.
And it used to be one of my favorites until they changed it, and now it seems a bit boring to me.
It's a half-day park now.
It is. Right Animal Kingdom is a half-hour park.
Well, that depends how fast you can get on Zootopia.
Okay. I was kidding. Not a half hour. Let's give it 2 hours.
Oh, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Gotta get your
3 max.
Anyway, okay, I have a question for you this week. And this question...
This show is so long, you guys.
So I have a question from Lewis Allen. Funny, you said an hour we were going to hit, and it's been 40 minutes since you said that.
Okay.
So Lewis Allen sent in a question. And Lewis asked, I am planning a Disney trip. Any chance you could share your top resort recommendations? Remember, I got this message a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. I'm really
question
sorry.
And we forgot to do it last week.
He probably thinks that we
He
forgot.
probably thinks we forgot, so that's why
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I had a question from. I had told you I had the question from. I didn't tell you the question, of course. But
No.
I had a question from Lewis, and that I was going to do it the next show, and that was last week's show, and we ended up doing something different. So Lewis, I apologize that the question got held up. I should have just emailed him back and gave him our resort recommendations.
I know. I'm so sorry.
But we will let Michele.
Now I feel awful.
So you better give him some good top resort recommendations.
Okay. So my resort recommendations, and did he give anything like?
He just said, I'm planning, this is exact word, I am planning a Disney trip. Any chance you could share your top resort recommendations?
Okay. Well, Lewis, this is kind of a loaded question because it's going to depend on what kind of vacation you want to have. Are we coming in on a budget? Are we coming in where we want to do a ton of park time? Do you want to spend some time at the resorts? So like when we used to vacation, we used to usually stay at a value resort like Pop or something. And now, mind you, the value resorts are still really nice and cool. They have tons of pools. They have a food court and all that. So you don't feel like you're at like a Holiday Inn.
And the food courts are open late, which is nice when you leave the park if you're
Heck
hungry.
yeah. You used to always stop at food court.
Always stop, even if it's just to get something to snack on.
Or cupcake or whatever.
Or pizza.
So, but my opinion now, I like the moderate resorts because we don't want to go like 12-hour park days. So if, let's say you were staying at Caribbean Beach, you can go hang out by their pools. They have a bar. They have multiple sections with different pools. So if you're coming in the summertime, I really love Caribbean Beach. And I like it because it is on the Skyliner.
Yes.
Because then you can go right over to Riviera and check it out. I love Riviera. If you wanna splurge,
You can walk to Riviera.
Riviera.
It's so nice.
So you can kind of like, walk over there, but I like it that it's on the Skyliner thing because you can go see resorts from there. You can go to Hollywood Studios. You can go to Epcot.
And the boardwalk.
And this is something that you don't have to take Disney quote unquote transportation, like a bus or, something, because sometimes that gets super annoying. But you can also, Art of Animation is also on the Skyliner and Pop.
Yep.
So I just like the Skyliner personally because I think it's a fun way to get around. Now, if you want to go to Magic Kingdom or way over to Animal Kingdom, yeah. But I do like moderates. But Pop Century isn't bad, and nor is Art of Animation is not a cheap place to stay either.
But it's so nicely decorated.
It's super cool how they have the different buildings,
Cars
and
areas.
he loves the Cars area. But if you want to, like I said, if you want to splurge, let's say, I love staying on the monorail loop. Because Magic Kingdom is my favorite. You can see the fireworks. You can take a boat over to the campground if you want to. You can
You get to see the pageant every night.
The water pageant at night. I liked staying in the cabins.
Funny though, because we like the monorail loop, we didn't really care. We've stayed at the Floridian a couple times, and it really wasn't our cup of tea.
No, I like the Contemporary better.
Yes, I do too.
Or DVC Bay Lake Tower, because the views of Magic Kingdom are amazing. But if you want to stay, I hope this is really jumbly. I'm giving way more than you probably wanted. But I do love the Riviera.
Yes.
It's a beautiful resort. The rooms are nice. The view is great. Their breakfast up at Topolino's is a very good character breakfast. Again, it's going to depend on what your goal is. If you want to spend some time at a resort and not do go park days, I would say at a moderate, or if you want even more time, then maybe a deluxe. But you can't go wrong if you want to be super busy. A value resort works.
It does. It's just a place to sleep at that point.
Really, because that's how it was when the kids were small. Like, we would hardly be in the room. We'd get up in the morning and leave, and then we would drag ourselves back to the room, after 10 o'clock at night, exhausted.
The only problem I had back in the day, and they've upgraded now, I think they're all queen beds, but they used to be full beds.
The little beds.
And I was longer than the bed.
His feet would hang off.
Off the bed. So that was I wouldn't sleep that good for those.
No, and that's a reason, like, that's why we stopped going to values, because the beds were too small. Right. And even on our honeymoon, we stayed at Sports, or was it Movies?
No, it was Sports, because we stayed by the Mighty Ducks pool.
Okay, so and there were small beds then. I still can't believe that was not a comfortable honeymoon at all. And we were go. We were exhausted.
But we came down here without a hotel booked. We flew down.
We winged it.
And we happened to go to All Star first, and we're like, "Do you have any rooms?" And they're like, "What do you need?" And I was like, "Well, we're here on our honeymoon, blah blah." They put us in a nice preferred room, gave us a cheaper rate,
balloons, and congratulations of Mickey and Minnie.
Mickey autographed picture was put on our door the second day we were there with balloons and just married. So they really treated us great, and the manager got us a room, but it was a different time. It was
a very long time ago, but I guess what I'm saying, I'm so sorry, Lewis, if you think this is too all over the place. But if you listen to our show, then you know how I am already.
He already turned it off. He's
like, I don't care anymore. So when in doubt, moderate.
Moderate, I think, is your best value. You've got a good food court, usually sometimes
big pools.
Big pools. Like you said, Caribbean Beach has multiple pools, because I think they have 5 different sections.
I believe so.
Each section, I believe, has its own pool.
It's nice.
And again, you're on the monorail loop, so you're close to Epcot, you're close to the studios. You can go to Pop or Animation if you're hungry or just want to go explore the resorts over there. Riviera's right there, so you've got value, you've got deluxe, and you've got moderate.
All in one circle that you can go check out. And then what's really cool about that is, let's say you decided to stay at Pop. You could take the Skyliner and go look at Art of Animation. You can go look at Caribbean Beach, because there's stops at all this. You can go look at the Riviera and check it out. So a lot of times when people come down here, people are creatures of habit, and they stay at the same resorts, like we do, even for staycations. But if you stay someplace like that, you can check out other options to see, like, okay, this is really nice where we're at, but maybe next time I'd like to stay here. What I don't recommend, let's do don't. Coronado Springs. It's
a convention resort.
It is so far off the grid from everything else. Now, mind you, they have a great food court. They have a bar over on their water. That restaurant.
The water there is beautiful. The
restaurant.
And everything.
Yes.
Three bridges. 3 bridges.
Something like that. But you're going to have to take a bus or drive. There's no in Animal Kingdom Lodge. I love that you can see the animals, but it also is way off by itself. Yep. I would rather stay someplace where the action is, where I can, get around to other places relatively easy.
And if you have to take a bus, you're not going as far. So, like, if you want to go to Disney Springs, well, from Caribbean Beach or the Riviera,
it's not far.
The next bus stop down. You're close to a water park with
Typhoon Lagoon is right there.
If you do take the Skyliner over to Epcot, you can always jump on the monorail to go to Magic Kingdom.
Yes, you can.
Animal Kingdom is really the only place you can't use
Yeah,
anything but a bus.
right. And I'm not knocking the buses, but from experience, we had when we would come here and the kids were tired at the end of the day and we're tired, and when you're standing there with tired kids waiting on a bus, and then let's say it's full and you have to wait for the next one and it takes a freaking half hour and you got a sleeping kid on your shoulder,
Or if it rains and you're so
or if it
wet and
rains,
its air conditioning is going to freeze you out.
God, I hate
We've had that happen.
We've had that happen. We've had it happen in the parks, but I prefer easier transportation.
I agree. You don't want to spend a lot of your time getting around. You want to spend it doing fun
Easy
stuff.
peasy, and you want to keep it fun, because if you stay on the monorail loop, then there's the boats and there's a monorail. Or if you stay where we said on the Skyliner, the track that it goes, yeah. And even if you were to stay like at the boardwalk,
Right.
or those hotels over there, because you can still get on the Skyliner from there because you're walking towards Epcot.
I know. I wish the boardwalk, because there's a lot to do at the boardwalk, but I wish there was.
Well, there was.
There was a lot of it's like the piano place is closed.
They need more entertainment on the boardwalk.
They closed the one restaurant that me and you went to that was
that little like
the
sports bar
sports
thing.
bar and grill. I hope that when closing some of this stuff, that means they're going to be upgrading it.
There's a whole section that's closed and could really use an overhaul, but who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope that answers your question. I probably said way more than you asked for.
He's staying at Universal.
He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to Disney anymore.
I'm going to Universal.
I'm going to Universal. You completely just blew it. No, but thank you for your question.
Yes.
And I'm sorry it took us so long to get to it. So I hope it did help a little bit.
So if you would like to ask Michele a question or myself a question on air, you can send the question to either myself or Michele. My email, scott@themainstreetmouse.com, Michele@themainstreetmouse.com, and Michele with one L, not two.
Mm-hmm.
You can send us the question, and we will ask the other one the question on air. And we don't know the question ahead of time. So that's why the question takes so long to answer sometimes. Because
and that's why I'm all over the board a lot of times, because my mind starts going.
And you start thinking about stuff you may not have thought of when you first started talking. So
this is true. It happens.
So on Thursdays, Michele's Daydream Believing podcast comes out Thursday evenings every week. If you have a question, comment, or show idea for her, you can email her again, Michele@themainstreetmouse.com, and she will address it on air, or may ask your question or talk about it on air.
I would love that.
She loves it. It helps her come up with a better show that you guys might enjoy even more.
Yeah, because these are all my ideas. So,
you're stuck with whatever she comes
You're stuck with whatever I come up with that week.
Exactly. I'm going to run through our sponsors really quick. I know we are over, but we're going to fly through
Way
here.
over.
TMSM sponsors, our official travel partner of the Main Street Mouse is MEI Mouse Fan Travel. They will help you plan your perfect trip. Just click on any of our banners on our website, fill out a small form, and one of their great travel advisors will reach out to you, and they will help you plan the perfect trip. Best part, it's free for you. Our official transportation partner of the Main Street Mouse is the Genie Transportation Service. They help you get from the airport to wherever you're staying. If you're getting out the airport and going out to a ship, they will get you out to the coast. For that, they will help you out with all that planning, and they have upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Reach them at thegenieorlando.com. Just let them know you heard about them on the Main Street Mouse. Also, I can't talk now. I'm out of breath.
Well, it's been a long show.
It has been. Last but definitely not least is our official scooter and stroller partner of the Main Street Mouse Kingdom Strollers, who has been around with us since day one. They will help you with your rental. They deliver it to wherever you're staying. They pick it up at the end of your trip, and they are just fantastic. It's family-run business, and they will treat you as family as well. KingdomStrollers.com for your needs there. And again, let any one of these know that you heard about them on the MainStreetMouse.com, because it helps us by you letting them know you heard about them through us. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for listening. Sorry the show went way over. We thought we were going to be done early, and look what happened. I'm going to let Michele close out the show. Talk to you guys next week.
So, as always, LostPrincessApparel.com for your park outfit needs. We got all kinds of cute stuff, and we have more cute stuff coming, but comfy park outfits, LostPrincessApparel.com, or find us on the socials. And one more thing. Speaking of socials, the Main Street Mouse is on everything. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on X. We're on TikTok. I don't know what else. I think that's it. But follow our socials and interact with them because I read comments. I'm a comment reader. So if there's anything that you want to add, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section too. So yeah, just the feedback is amazing. You have no idea. Plus, I'm a talker, so I would love to talk to you. All right, on that note, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, magical week ahead, and we will see you real soon.
Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gather your belongings, watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
On behalf of our entire flight crew, thanks for soaring with us.
Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.